Good morning, everyone. Welcome to week 2 of Language Arts. It's going to be a wonderful week. We have 3 goals. We're going to write our first awesome story. We're going to read a story called Night Watch, and we're going to continue reading our great choice reading book and working on our book report. So here's our agenda, and this will be linked in our classroom homepage as well as in the content section of Fuel Ed. And remember that the blue links are the links that you will share with me by the end of the week. So a reminder to read 20 minutes daily in your choice reading book. The to-dos this week, we're going to start a creative writing story. We'll call it story number 1. And our writing skill that we're working on is dialogue and blocking. Skill 2 that we'll be working on more focused next week, but I wanted to put it in there, is a full story arc. And 3.04 rubric is embedded for use in week 3 in this document. So if you want to scroll down and look at the rubric, you're welcome to, but you do not have to this week. We'll return to it next week. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we have small groups. And so if your last name begins with A through F, I'll see you at 9:30, G through M, 10:15, and N through Z at 11. Come to writing workshop to brainstorm. We'll start writing while we listen to music. It is mellow and fun, and there's optional sharing time at the end. We will also cover in more depth our writing workshop assignment. So if you have any questions about that or the book report, make sure you come to small groups. Also, just a shout out that my office hours this week are at 1. So stop in if you have any questions or if you just want to talk. So on Wednesday, please continue spending time writing and choice reading, and that's every day. And then Thursday, writing workshop, you're going to read Night Watch, which is a really great model essay, and complete the associated activities at the bottom of that document. So just 2 items to turn in by sharing with me this week. On Friday, you'll make sure that you're continuing choice reading book report, and that assignment is number 1.02. And entering time in your reading log. And we'll work on 3 slides this week. We're going to paste a link to our reading log on slide 3. Slide 7, we're going to describe the setting. And slide 8, we're going to describe the characters. 2.01 story number 1. So write a story about the topic of your choice. And again, the focus skill is dialogue and blocking. Length, 1 page minimum. And optional brain starter, write about a big moment this week. It could be of surprise, fear, joy. An optional sentence starter. You could just borrow this sentence. Who's there? I asked, trembling in fear. I couldn't see who was on the other side of the door. Reminders about how to turn in. Our writing targets this quarter, when we are writing creatively, we are going to show, don't tell, with descriptive techniques that I'll be covering. Suggestions for attention-grabbing lead sentences, explosive moments of detail, and a story arc that rises and resolves. But this week's focus is show, don't tell, dialogue and blocking. Dialogue lets us hear your characters speak, and blocking lets us know what your characters are doing while they are speaking. Don't tell. This is an example of telling. Notice there's no dialogue. Steph was really scared. She called her mom and told her about the box. Her mom said she would come over. They talked for a while and decided to call the police. Showing with dialogue and blocking. Steph searched desperately for her phone. Mom, she burst when her mother answered, groggy with sleep. It was 2 a.m. Mom, this box, it was delivered, and the sender, Honey, breathe, her mother interrupted, wiping the sleep from her eyes. Make yourself some tea. I'll be over in 10 minutes. We can call the police together. So a great model of dialogue and blocking will be found in our writing workshop this week. The name of the story is Night Watch, and the directions are to enjoy reading the model short story, complete the associated writing workshop skills at the bottom of this document, and then once you've completed it, share it with me. Make sure that you're adding your name to the file and that you're adding it to the document. That just makes it very searchable from my end. So Night Watch is written by Jay Heel. And it is just 2 pages long. And then the writing workshop directions are to pretend this week that you're the editor of Tin Shed Magazine in Portland, Oregon. This story, Night Watch, was just submitted. The author asked for feedback on their dialogue and blocking. They really want to be published, so you want to give good advice. The first thing you're going to do is return to the text and reread it. Identify dialogue in the story. Highlight all dialogue in yellow. Second, return to the text and identify blocking. That's the movement and the action. Highlight all blocking in peach. Then give the author feedback using the rubric below. And this rubric is exactly what we'll use when we are looking at our own writing next week. And come to Writing Workshop if you want to spend more time on this with me tomorrow. All right, and then our choice reading book report, just a reminder of how to access different books online. We're calling this 1.02 because I introduced it the first week and it was the second activity. So slide 3, you're going to paste your reading log to slide 3. Slide 6 is setting, and I think that that's a typo there. I think that should say 7. I apologize. So for when you're describing setting, where did it happen? Write a paragraph about where and when this story happens, and then include a photo or a drawing. What do you imagine the setting looked like? If there were many, choose your favorite. You may Google an image or draw your own. And then the next slide that we'll do this week is main characters. So describe each of the main characters. You might put a picture there over these fake characters, and then make sure that you include a quote from the book. We always want to include evidence when we are reporting. That's it, everyone. I hope that we get to connect a lot this week. And most of all, I hope that you enjoy reading and writing this week. Have a great one.